The sounds never stop echoing in your mind. Sometimes they are gentle, like a companion. Other times they become an adversary. They tell your story, judge you, and weave scenarios that never existed. But what is that voice really? Where does it come from? And is it truly you? You are watching a play on an emotional stage. Joy, sadness, anger, regret. And you get so absorbed in the plot that you forget. You are the audience, not the main character. The voice in your head does the same. It creates stories, sometimes dramatic, but they are not always true. And in doing so, it makes you forget one fundamental truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the silent observer behind all the noise. But the mind doesn't want you to realize this. It keeps you busy, filling every moment with thoughts, evaluations, and narratives, convincing you that you are it. But that is just an illusion. Only when you stop identifying with that voice will you discover a vast space where true freedom and peace begin. This is not just an idea, it is a journey back to your true essence. Imagine yourself standing on a rooftop, looking down at the city. The endless flow of traffic, the glow of streetlights, and the hum of the world moving beneath you. Now, pause. Don't get lost in the picture. You are not the city. You are the observer above it. Your thoughts work the same way. They are like passing cars, each carrying a story, an emotion, or a memory. But you are not those cars. You are the one watching them from a distance. Thoughts have immense power, not because they are true, but because they can convince you that they are. They create imagined futures, replay past failures, and lock you into a cycle of worry and doubt. But in reality, they are just a stream, never your true self. Think of a time when you were anxious about a big decision. Your mind likely constructed countless scenarios. What if I fail? What will people think of me? But when the moment passed, you realized that most of your worries never even happened. Your thoughts had held you captive, exhausting you for no reason. Yet, within you, there was always a silent part, untouched by the chaos. That silent observer, that is you. Once you recognize this, you stop letting thoughts dictate your emotions and actions. The mind was designed for survival. In ancient times, it kept our ancestors safe from predators and natural disasters. But in today's world, those dangers are gone. And yet, the mind still operates in the same way. It perceives everything as a potential threat, keeping you on constant alert, analyzing, planning, and predicting, draining your energy even when there is nothing to fear. Take a moment to observe your thoughts on an average day. From the moment you wake up, the mind starts working, crafting scenarios, listing unfinished tasks, worrying about the future. It pulls you away from the present, dragging you into the past, and then hurling you into the future, trapping you in an endless loop. But if you reflect, you'll see that most of the things your mind worries about never actually happen. The mind does not distinguish between real danger and imagined fear. It reacts to both as if they are urgent crises. And this confusion drains your energy, keeping you locked in unnecessary stress. But you are not powerless against it. The most important realization is this: your thoughts do not define who you are. They may weave endless stories, but you don't have to believe them. When you recognize that the mind stream is just a small part of the bigger picture, you take back control. Instead of being controlled by your thoughts, learn to observe them. When a thought appears, don't immediately believe it. Ask yourself, is this thought truly worth my energy? Most of the time, the answer is no. And in that moment, the thought loses its power. Freedom comes when you stop being swept away by the mind's endless stories. Each moment becomes clearer. Each breath a source of peace. And you begin to experience life fully, free from unnecessary worries. Emotions like anger, fear, and anxiety don't last forever. It's our attachment to them that makes them linger longer than necessary. The mind links emotions to thoughts, turning small concerns into unnecessary burdens. The key is not to fight negative emotions, but to change the way you see them. Busy thoughts are like passing clouds. They come and go, but the sky, the stillness within you, remains unchanged. Once you realize that you are not the stories your mind creates, you will feel the lightness of letting go. Letting go is not giving up. It is returning to the present moment, the only place where true peace begins. You don't have to carry that heavy backpack forever. Imagine a life where your thoughts no longer control you, where emotions don't drag you down. Beyond the noise, there is always a vast space, a quiet, open sky, waiting for you. True peace is not something you must search for. It has always been within you. Most of us live under the illusion that we can control everything. We plan every step, predict every outcome, and try to prepare for all possibilities. But life doesn't follow the straight lines we draw. It is filled with uncertainty and surprises. So why do we struggle so hard to control it? Because control gives us a sense of security, however temporary. But in truth, that security never lasts. Control is not only an illusion, it is a burden. Each time you try to control something beyond your reach, you chain yourself to expectations, anxiety, and disappointment. That is why letting go of control is not surrender. It is freedom. Life does not require you to change anything, nor does it ask you to prove anything. It only asks you to be present, to be open, to be yourself, not fighting, not clinging, not running. You don't need a destination because you are the answer. And this is not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning of you. This is the only path to true peace.